Hi, my name is Trixy Diamond and I'm a forester. I've been in the industry for 29 years. I went to school at California Polytechnic. And advice to you, I would say take those opportunities that come your way and have a great adventure.
Hi, my name is Corrine and I'm a forester for a small timber company. And I graduated from OSU, go Beavs, about 2 years ago, so I'm a pretty recent grad. But I just thought I would share a piece of advice to somebody who might be interested in being in the timber industry. My piece of advice would be to learn about all of the different jobs that there are in the industry. Because I can remember before I started school and even after school and when I started my job, I didn't realize all the different options that there were. And while I'm really happy with my job, I just know that there's a spot for anyone who might want it. So don't be afraid to talk to somebody in the industry. Everyone is super nice and very friendly. And if you have any questions, I'm sure anyone would be willing to answer them. And if nothing else, make sure to have a day in the woods because any day is a good day to be in the woods.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Roddy, and I'm Manager of Government Affairs with Roseburg Forest Products. What I do on a day-to-day basis is manage policy strategies for Roseburg's growing integrated footprint across North America. However, my background is in forestry. I earned 2 degrees from Penn State University, an associate's in forest technology and a bachelor's in forest management. I've been in the forest products sector here in Oregon for just over a decade. I started out as a field forester and eventually worked my way up to district forester here at Roseburg. I also worked as a sales and marketing manager for a forest seedling company. My advice to somebody looking to enter the forest products sector is to be open to possibilities outside of your core field as you start to develop through your career. If you would have asked me whenever I graduated college or even started out as a field forester if I thought I'd be a manager of government affairs or have a stint as a sales and marketing manager under my belt, I would have thought you were crazy. However, as my career progressed, I realized that there were all of these supporting roles around what I was doing that I just didn't even know existed. And as I learned more about them and realized that I had some skills and even interest in these roles, I was able to move into them. So a solid background in what happens on the ground can translate in skills that open doors beyond what you're initially trained to or starting out doing in our sector. So best of luck.
My name is Jenny Johnson, and I have a degree in forest engineering from Oregon State University. Graduated from there in 2001, and I've really had the opportunity to do a lot of different things in forestry in general. Besides my degree, I started off working on seasonal firefighting crews. So I started that at the end of high school, and I would say that's a really good opportunity if you can find one of those summer seasonal jobs that you can kind of get some insight into what different career opportunities there are, whether you're working for a private firefighting crew or you're working for a government agency. There's around here, Washington DNR, Oregon Department of Forestry, there's federal firefighting teams. So there's a lot of opportunity to kind of take those seasonal positions before you even graduate college, or maybe before you even start college. During college, I interned for a private industrial forest land manager, Willamette Industries, and since my degree was in forest engineering, I was an engineering intern for them. After college, I ended up moving back to my hometown, and I worked sort of a temporary position for the Oregon Department of Forestry, and from there I moved into a permanent position. I got to do engineering work, I got to do timber sale layout and cruising. I did fish presence surveys. I ran contracts for logging jobs. I did various mapping and GIS work, planning work. In my later years, I worked on the spotted owl survey contracts and marbled murrelet survey contracts. I had a stint in there where I worked with private landowners administering the Forest Practices Act. So there is a lot of different things you can do in a forestry career. If you want to be out in the woods every day, you can. If you want to do sort of half and half, there's a lot of roles that have that mix of different opportunities of so-called office work and field work. And then there's a lot of things once you move into more managerial positions, you're more in the office more. But look around for different internships and seasonal opportunities. Try it out first, see if you're gonna like it. And if you live in Oregon State University, you can always go on their website and look through the College of Forestry career paths and degrees that they have. There's a lot. There's really a lot you can do. So I would just say look into it. If you have a passion for the outdoors, just ask around. If you know anyone, do some ride-alongs or look for different internships or seasonal opportunities, or even ask to volunteer somewhere. And good luck with it. In Oregon, there's a lot of ways to have a career that keeps you outdoors and keeps you connected with nature, and it's really fun to be involved in sustainable forestry and just being able to witness really what amazing forests we do have here in the Northwest. They are resilient, they are beautiful, and a career in forestry is usually pretty fun and pretty rewarding. And there's Hank, who wants to join me on this video. Have a good day. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Kate McMichael,
I'm Theresa Hausser,
and we are small woodland owners.
new small woodland owners.
In fact, we bought the property in March of 2019,
It's November of 2020.
and boy, have a lot of things happened. We didn't start out to be woodland owners.
We actually met while we both had involvement in the inner city.
Working in pastoral care and pastoral ministry, and my last 14 years I was a high school world religions teacher, so pretty hard to get much further away from forestry, other than the fact that both of us love to hike and to backpack and to be in the woods.
And nobody said there'd be math, but there's math.
So most of our advice that we would have for any new woodland owner comes from the stuff that we've learned in the last year and change, and we've learned a lot. One of the big things is everything changes. Every plan you make may not work out the way you had intended it, but it's going to work out.
You'll adapt, you'll evolve, your woodland will adapt and evolve. Adaptation's good.
I think first bit of advice, it's okay to fall in love. Fall in love with your forest, fall in love with your trees. We fell in love with this property from a listing, and it pushed me to retire early so that we could be strong enough and have the energy enough to do some of the work on our own, which we're still trying to do.
And to be young enough still to learn a lot, because there is a lot to learn. But the other bit of advice, there are people who would love to help you. There are people with a lot more experience who love sharing what they know and will help you figure out your own objectives, will not tell you what to do with your land, but are happy to help you suss out what it is you actually want and what you can do.
One of the big things we've discovered too is don't be afraid to learn new things, and don't be afraid to change your mind. One of the things we've repeated over and over again since we started this is the old adage of, "Oh Lord, may my words be tender and gentle today, because tomorrow I might have to eat them." We've found that that makes us laugh, but it also makes us kind of nod to ourselves going, yeah, and actually every time we've had to eat our words, it's actually been okay. Learning new things is hard, but it's actually awesome, because your world gets bigger every time you learn something new. And a bigger world kind of makes it easier to grow with your trees, because they grow into a bigger world every day.
And it's great to live in a world with your trees. It's great to fall in love with your trees and learn from your trees.
It's okay to push yourself outside your comfort zone. Take lots of classes. Yeah, as T was saying, learn from people who know more than you do.
And in our case, that's pretty much everybody.
You know, join things you might not have joined. That's one of the things we've done that we have found has been mind-boggling, just the warmth and welcome of the forestry timber community. So push yourself outside your comfort zone. It's worth it.
Don't be afraid to fail. As Fred Sperry told us, and everyone else has told us too, forests are resilient.
Yeah. And healthy forests are messy. Thank you, Lauren Grand. Healthy forests are messy. And you know, some days are not going to be great days. Some days you're going to be frustrated with your partner, with your gear, with your tools, with just the day.
With trying to get your slash pile into the bed of your pickup truck, and how can it possibly take this long?
But the worst day in the woods is better than maybe even the best day anywhere else. So yeah, fall in love and stay in love and let it change everything. Go ahead and talk to your trees.
Listen to what they have to say.
And just love being in the woods.
Welcome to the woods. Have a great time.
Hi there, my name's Jill Bell and I'm an area manager for Weyerhaeuser Company. I have a bachelor's degree in forest engineering and an MBA, both from Oregon State University. I've worked full-time in the timber industry for over 17 years. Here are my 3 pieces of career advice for anyone who's looking at entering the timber industry. If you go to college, recognize that your summer internships are just as important as what you're learning in college. These internships give you real-life work experience, but more importantly, connect you with people who are potentially going to be a future employer. I would encourage you to seek out different internships over the course of your summers so you can get a broad range of experience and make lots of different connections. My second piece of advice for you is to find a mentor. This can be either a formal or an informal mentor, but find somebody you connect with that you feel comfortable reaching out to. A mentor can answer questions for you or give you advice and help with your career development. My third and last piece of advice for you is to enjoy your early years and get a good work experience. Get a good foundation of skills. Oftentimes people are in such a hurry to move up and move on to a more prestigious job that they don't spend the time and invest in their skills and gain the knowledge and experience they need to be successful as they move up. So I would encourage you to enjoy your early years and get a lot of experience. I've had an amazing 17 years in the timber industry, and I know you can too.